Hello and welcome everyone to another castle game of Age of Empires 4. Today, we're going to be looking at Squiggly Lines McGee, playing as the Byzantines in the color purple here on Gorge. I'm just kidding. His name is not actually Squiggly Lines, it's Ravain. Ravain, for those of you that aren't familiar with him, he's the #1 player from Saudi Arabia, currently sitting on rank 11 on the world leaderboard. So definitely very, very high up there at the moment. On the opposite side, playing in the color orange, as per usual, it's Core. Core W, playing as a Chinese here on Gorge. Core currently sitting on rank number 39 on the world leaderboard. So two absolute giants here battling it out against each other. Top 40 for Core and top 20 for Ravain, our Saudi Arabian oil prince. Speaking of oil, he's playing as the Byzantines, so oil is definitely going to be coming in plenty here in this one. So we got a game opening up between Chinese and Byzantines and Core. Looking at the opening here from him, he's opting to go for the no IO opening. So currently something that we see like more often than previously, it's a no IO opening, where instead of opening up with the Imperial Official, you just try to rush up your Imperial Academy age up a lot quicker and then get the discounted Imperial Officials from that. A little bit of a downside, you don't have the early supervision to get some bonus food from the sheep that you gather up early on, and it's going to take you a little bit of time to get your taxes out. Benefit, your feudal age is going to be a lot quicker, meaning you benefit a lot more from the gold that you get from the from your landmark. So landmark bonus comes in a little bit quicker. Also, Song Dynasty is going to be a little bit slower, usually, or at least you're going to have to pull more villagers for it. I think it has its merits in many situations. For example, when you want to start on Deer, or if you want to go for Double Scout, that's where I can really see like the no IO build being really good. Or when you want to go for like a really good timing Barbican Rush, that's where I personally see that build coming in quite handy. Speaking of age up, Imperial Academy now coming in for Core. On the other hand side, we do have Ravain's Grand Winery now coming up. Cistern has been placed in the back, so did buff up the wood line, the sheep, and the gold. Next Cistern probably going to get dropped relatively close to the Grand Winery in order to boost up the berry gathering speed here. Indeed, this could be a great map spawn here for Barbican Rush. There is the option for that. Lots of sheep have been brought back by Core, counting 11 sheep here for him. Looking on the other hand side, gonna check out Ravain, and he's bringing back... Where's the scout at the moment? The scout's over here. He's bringing back 11 sheep as well, so pretty even sheep split now between the two players. There's actually one sheep still sitting over here. Maybe one of these players will find it as the game goes on. Let's take a quick look, see what the scouting pattern was so far. Very interesting scouting pattern from Ravain, actually. Going over to his opponent's side like that. That is not commonly how this map gets scouted. On the other hand side, Core, he did something somewhat similar. He scouted on this side, then went over to that side, back, and then looked for this side. It's really interesting that the sheep count is so even, considering how this went. Core just got an additional extra 1 sheep. And Ravain has the chance to get an additional 1 extra sheep over here. So it's a very even sheep split here between these two players. That's not usually how it goes. Usually, like, one player finds like 1 billion sheep and the other finds 0. And our oil prince is getting in that oil. So much oil that you just get with the Grand Winery here. 80% of the resource gathered from the berries is going to be converted into olive oil. That gives you the ability to just make a lot of mercenary units, so a lot of bonus military that could be coming in here for Ravain. Mercenary house now coming up, and Core behind this. Looks like it's going to be a Pro Scouts build from him. We do see Pro Scouts in queue at the moment. Maybe he wasn't 100% sure which game plan he wanted to go for, because the timing here is a little bit delayed. But it's still gonna be a very nice Pro Scout timing, just courtesy of being able to supervise that that upgrade. So 30 seconds, it's gonna be coming in. Now he's just gonna be able to supervise the stable and get a lot of scouts out really quickly. Mercenaries, it looks like we are gonna be seeing some Kesheks coming out. from Vane. So we'll probably want to be a little bit aggressive with those. Now Core, he has opened up with the stable. The horsemen aren't gonna cut it if you want to like fight against Keshiks. First couple of Keshiks already in queue. We do now see the archer range coming in from Vane. So this is a little bit unusual. Typically, we don't see this army composition from the Byzantines. It's going to be a Keshik and archer composition. This is very reminiscent of how Mongols or how French play, with their armored cavalry in combination with archers. I like this approach overall from Vane here. It's something a little bit different. He has gotten in his economy upgrades behind all of this as well. So his economy overall looking really, really strong. Now Core, though, is able to get in the deer. Nice and safe under his TC. So he's going to have a very great safe food income source for himself. Does also spot out the Keshiks here. Is going to try and run away. 1.94 charge speed, but the horseman, 1.88 movement speed, is going to be able to outlast the charge and now just going to run away from that situation. We do also see supervision now coming in on the barracks from Core, so he's going to want to get some spearmen out now to try and deal with these Keshiks that came in. Behind this, we just see more and more archers in production from Ravane. And he's getting them out really quickly as well. Only 11 seconds per, and that is because on the second level of the Cistern buff that he's getting here, he's getting a 40% creation speed increase on these. Now also Blacksmith coming in for Rain. Already has the resource to get some upgrades from that. Keshik still running around trying to find some potential avenues for damage. Nice little horseman raid here for Core. Might potentially get a villager, doesn't quite get it. Good micro for here from Ravane, only sending the weak villager back and having the remaining villagers attack in order to body block. Horsemen will have to be careful here. Core does realize and pull them back. He's gonna lead a lot of horsemen, a lot of spearmen here against this army composition right now, similar as how you want to play against French, mass horsemen, mass spearmen. That way you're gonna be able to take the fight against the archers. But the archers have been hidden here from Core for the entire game. Core doesn't know that it's gonna be archers. So his response with the spearmen, with his own horsemen, man, talking is difficult. He's gonna be on quite a bit of a delay. He does still have the ability to supervise, but oh, he's now gonna see it. He is just now gonna see it. Core pulling the villagers inside the village, and it's just gonna have to pull him back now for the time being. Has enough resource for the age up, but I doubt that he can really go for the age up at this point in time. Ravane chasing behind the spearmen. Supervision has come in on the horsemen, only 9 seconds per. That's already 12 archers. Blacksmith upgrades should also be just about coming in. Nice little split here from Core. Keeps the spearmen in the back. Tries not to get them sniped, but Core is asleep on the steering wheel. Is able to get away with most of them for the time being. A couple more spearmen sitting around here, but the horsemen should be able to find some great picks here. Keshik's out of position. Horsemen coming in for the dive. That's a great amount of archers going down now. They are going to start to rally back with the Keshiks though. Now Core once again will have to be a little bit cautious. Spearman coming in for the dive. But it's enough archers now to start one-shotting. Keshiks coming in. Couple of horsemen stuck on the Keshiks. Spearmen attacking the archers. Difficult fight to take. The horsemen, they're so clumsy when it comes to the formation around here. And the spearmen, they're shift-click onto the Keshiks, but they're having such big issues with the pathing here. Archers clean the entire front line up. It is so difficult to play with melee-only units against this mixed composition of ranged and melee. And Core, losing so many units here, destruction value absolutely through the roof. Behind this, the Keshiks, they're completely free for Ravane. He's not paying a thing for them. He's paying nothing for them other than the olive oil, which he just gets passively. Really interesting army composition, and now the switch into the Libidinei. So triple unit composition now coming in for Ravane. Core at the moment still has a lot of food under his TC, but he hasn't gathered up the remaining deer so far. Only has a single scout remaining. And this hurts him quite greatly at the moment. He is now getting in a couple more... No, that's a misclick. No, core. Oh no. Oh no. The one scout that was meant to bring back the food to the village. He's biting off more than he can chew. Core, does he notice? Does he realize? He does realize. He does pull the scout back. At the same time, though, this kind of alerts Ravain because you can actually see the boar move through the fog of war. He's gonna see, oh no, the boar moved. Something's over here. I'm gonna check it out. And indeed, check out he will. All of his military is now moving over towards that side. He's still following behind all of this. Just because of the potential of villagers maybe going over there but retreating into the corner. Spearman will have to be careful. There's the archers. That's a fight that Ravain can take. Core does realize, should pull back. Scout goes a little bit too close, loses the scout now as well. Behind this though, tries to get a little raid in. Unsuccessful though, doesn't kill a single villager. Barbican of the Sun now going up for Core, wants to protect the gold vein, wants to protect the food that he's got out there. But he needs to transition into some Jugudu. Behind this though, it looks like he kind of wants to go for an age up, but this feels very greedy considering the situation that he's in. Behind this Ravain, he is doing the transition over to the olive groves, which means that he can't get a lot of Kashyyyks out at the moment as he's not getting in the quick berry influx with the oil. And a couple of villagers do get picked apart by Core, but he did lose a good bit of horsemen. Speaking of horsemen, he's losing. Has to be careful here. At the same time, Barbican is getting spotted out. Units out of position. And the food under the TC has just run out for Core. He's got no other option but to commit to this now. These Lamitnai. They're still Dark Age. Core, pulling the villagers, needs to get that Barbican up. Archers. There are no blacksmith upgrades for Core. He doesn't have the last blacksmith upgrade. The Pierce armor, it's missing. Only has the melee damage. He's losing so many villagers now. Ravain losing a couple more units now underneath the Barbican. But value gained overall. And a lot of idle time forced for Core as well. He has to reinvest. We still don't see a Jugudu switch at this point in time for him, though. Supervision Iron Undermesh now coming in. And the Prescott's play just hasn't really paid off for Core yet. Behind this, the farm transition in full flood. And the third cistern has already been added in. Ravain now also moving out to the berries, adding in an outpost just to be sure. And this is looking grim right now for Core. He needs Jugunu against us. The Jugunu deal relatively well with Kashyyyks due to the low health pool. But at this point in time, I'm looking at the resource of Ravain. He's ready to click up to Castle Age. Just a little bit more gold needed. What's the age of choice going to be? Golden One Tower. Makes a lot of sense. Golden Tower now gonna be coming in here. Horsemen try to go for another raid, but the army from Ravain is ready over there. Villagers pull back as Ravain also tries to go for his own little raid. And now additional barracks getting put up. We got 2 barracks, 2 archer ranges. Together with the Cistern influence, these are gonna produce a lot of units really, really quickly here for Ravain. Last horseman picked off there as well. Imperial Academy Core at least able to age up behind this now as well. He invested a lot more into scouts now and trying to get the remaining couple of deer in. He's not ready for farm transition yet at this point in time. Definitely is going to need those deer. Gets the age up in behind all of this as well. But he is now officially behind an economy. And that is not a situation that you want to be in when you're up against the Byzantines. Because not only are they even an economy, but they also increase their gather rate by 18%. And to top it all off, they get bonus resources from the farms. So you can see here, for like every 15 food that gets dropped off, it's going to be an additional 5 olive oil. That's like a 30% resource increase. First monk, already out on the map. He's going to start picking relics off. Core behind this, also getting in his own monastery, but this relic, that is not going to be up for grabs anymore. Knights now coming in, but we do already have Lamitnai out. Varangian Guards getting followed up in with as well. Core did at least put an archery range up, so could now go for his own crossbowman. But it kind of feels bad making crossbows when your opponent already has like 25 archers out. Knights could at least potentially raid. Still, the Keshiks are here. Looking around the base from Core, trying to find any potential avenue to do some damage. Core does realize as though he does have this landmark, so he is going to see the Keshiks. Imperial official has to be careful. Core micros this one back. Scouts are going to be able to body block the charge. Does give Ravain the information, though, that Core is now on the deer again. We do have a single knight over here, trying to do some damage. Individual units getting split off here from Ravain. Core trying desperately to get some of these relics in. Relic is going to get picked up, but Ravain is going to intercept this. Knights have to be careful. Doesn't lose any one of them. But the vetted up archers should be able to find the monk here. Indeed they will. Only one firing though. Now the other one's firing as well. Spearman coming to the rescue. And they noticed that this relic has gone missing behind this. Another one is coming back for him as well. So relic advantage should be going over to Ravain in this game, and he's just going to put them inside of the Grand Winery. Is going to be able to use them to just get more and more units out. This building here at the moment, the Golden Horn Tower, not in the influence. Not in the influence, so that is something that Ravain definitely will want to adjust here, get another cistern up on this side. Because Golden Horn Tower in the influence, it's going to produce these units incredibly quickly. Lots of golems also coming out behind this. At the moment, Dialectus is selected here, so units aren't coming out too quickly. Looks like Core has actually been able to kill a couple more villagers over here. Imperial official gets sniped out over here. Core hasn't reacted yet to the raid. Keshiks are gonna get some good damage in. Kill an Imperial official as well as 2 villagers, maybe even a 3rd villager. Now 3 villagers do go down. Behind this, Core's gold's about to run out. He doesn't have the map control to be able to go anywhere else for gold, though. Still, is going to be able to, at the very least, gather up the taxes here. He doesn't have Imperial examinations yet, so tax gather rate is going to be rather slow. And the food is running out underneath his TC. He's got nothing in the tank. Nest of Bee is now coming out, but that's not a clock tower Nest of Bee. It's a normal, regular Nest of Bee. Courtesy of the Imperial Palace. Behind this Ravain. He's got a very solid farm transition behind this now. Gonna take a look. How many are there? That's already 20 olive groves for Ravain. Single Monk trying to potentially find the relic still. But looking at this military count now, it is just too much. Core doesn't have the answer to that. He's actually floating a lot of resource, but that's probably just because he doesn't know what unit to make against this mass. You just need a lot of units of your own. But he can't really get that army out. Right now, just mass mining a lot of stone in order to try and potentially get a keep up, secure a position where he can then maybe at least gather up some resources over here. He's got access to the berries and the gold, some wood as well. Can he get enough stone in time, though, as Ravain is just now closing in on Core? I think the answer is no. Double Nest of Bees gonna be coming in, but Ravain, he's no stranger to YOLOing his military into the siege. Does choose to back off for the time being, though. Looks like he does respect the Nest of Bees, but one is just going a little bit too far here. Ravain now, spread army formation. He's gonna try again. Nest of Bees firing. Pulling back behind it now. Villagers are gonna have to pull back as well. Otherwise, it will go down. Nest of Bee coming in. Varangian guards. Berserk also used now behind this. Archers focusing the crossbows. And the man-at-arm frontline just isn't dying for Ravain behind this. Nest of Bees getting some great shots out, but it's not enough from the looks of it. Nest of Bees go down. Core has no military left, no food in the tank. No way for him to produce army now at this point in time. Crossbows diving in deep. Another great Nest of Bee shot. But the military flood just keeps going. So many units coming out from Ravain behind this. And no way for Core to stabilize now. outpost and a keep now going up for him. Villagers thinking that now it's safe. The military has passed. He can go back onto stone. There are still traces of units remaining here. Keshek's coming in as well. Ravane is going to find these units out over there. Call behind this. I don't think... Yeah, he's losing another Imperial official here. And Ravane just diving. Just going for more and more villager kills. Core behind this. I don't know how, but he's managed to also kill a lot of villagers. Killed 16 villagers this game. But doesn't feel like it's enough. Lots of units going down here at the very least. But Core just doesn't have anything in queue at the moment. And there's still a lot of military out on the field. And GG gets called. Ravane winning this game on Gorge against Core. Man, oh man. What a close one. I feel like if Core just managed to get the Pro Scouts in a little bit earlier, maybe had a Jugunu transition here, this fight that was taken over here just kind of broke the camel's back in this one. In the end, Ravane is going to be able to get the victory in this one. Once again, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to maybe leave a like on the video. It does help out a lot. Maybe even consider subscribing if you want to get notified whenever we upload more content like this here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a good one.